if someone comes up to you, let's say this person's fresh out of college, has some experience in photography, and then that person comes up to you and says, "What should I do? I want to like be good at this. I want to be paid for this." What would your words of advice be for that person?
It's I guess one thing is again putting your work out there like
Yeah.
yun naman yung one of the paano ba one of the reasons I get na parang oh how do I start shooting. You
Yeah.
have to first start shooting talaga, just you have to do it, like you know, starting out, going to a gig, paying and all that, like really just be comfortable alone. That's one of
Mm,
the biggest pieces of
okay.
advice. Be comfortable in your own space. Be comfortable na you're enjoying your time, your company by yourself while doing something. That's ano, kasi it gets awkward kasi
Yeah.
'di ba, starting out talaga sa gig, wala kang kausap, wala kang kilala. As in, literally, who are these people? What am I
Yeah, for
doing
sure.
here?
I find that really interesting. When you said that you go to gigs alone, that's kind of odd to me personally, because I'm the type of person that I hate being alone. I don't like going out by myself. I mean, like, sorry, okay, sorry. I'll rephrase that. I like going out by myself, right? But I don't like going to like events by myself. I find it really weird,
Mm.
and I find it odd for me. It's just something that I haven't tried. I wish I kind of have like now. I wish I tried it, but it's just not as natural to me to go to events alone. How did that process
Ah.
go for you? To you being comfortable with that?
Um, it was really, I think yung what I did, I remember is like staying after the gig. I
Mm,
think that's when it started to ano, cause of course during the gig wala ka talaga masyadong makakausap
yeah,
and maraming tumatalon-talon yung mga tao, just seeing people, and of course you want to watch the performances and all that. And
yeah.
then I forgot what gig it was. I just randomly stayed after it was a lunch, and then it was at Root. And I just stayed, like, I didn't want to go home yet. And then, like, I was talking to sila Kuya Ryan, sila Kuya Mad sa Root. Na
Yeah.
parang, ay Kuya, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos bigla lang akong, I just sat in one table. I ordered tapsilog. And I was eating by myself. I was like,
Uh-huh, yeah.
okay, this is my reward after a night of shooting. And then next thing I know, randomly, like, some of the musicians, like, started sitting beside me. And I was
Right,
like,
right.
oh, hi, like, so, ganun lang. Parang being it's a process din eh, like being comfortable alone talaga, because eventually, like, of course, in after that, like when you go to a gig may makikita ka ng kilala, iba na yun
Yeah.
eh, yung
Yeah,
parang
yeah, yeah.
uy, kahit pumunta ka mag-isa, at least may
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
makikita
for
ka.
sure,
But
for sure.
being alone na just comfortable alone talaga as my own person in a gig, it was a gradual process too. It was just
Yeah.
breaking that social awkwardness, that if you want to make, at the same time, if you want to make connections, if you want to make, if you want to work with artists, they won't know if you don't talk to them.
Mm,
So that's also like, hey, I'm also a photographer, ganyan, and I
yeah.
wanna, you ask, talagang pakapalan na rin ng muka. I can say,
Yeah, yeah.
pakapalan na rin din ng muka.
But that helps because when you talk to different artists, because you're right, I wouldn't know who you are if you didn't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the
Yeah,
reality of
yeah,
the
yeah.
situation where a lot of times, even for me, I don't often want to like engage with someone I don't know all the time, right? But it's part of the
Mm-hmm.
job if you really want to do it, and
Yeah,
it's
it's part of
fun.
the job, and utilize that free drink. That's what I could say. Utilize that free drink at the gig,
When you go
just
inside,
to like loosen up.
you get that stamp, get that free drink, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. Go. Okay, go for it. Uy, kamusta? Ganyan na yun.
Do you have a memory of like a favorite memory or an interesting story of you meeting someone for the first time that I might know?
Ang hirap eh, kasi parang ang dami nating mutuals. So parang, ang hirap ma-pinpoint. It's, I think with sila, actually with sila Nathan,
Okay.
it was really ang interesting nung interaction, because initially, like how we started like getting to know each other, and we were when you invited me and sila Paul, Brian, Iggy to shoot for their
Oh yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah, yeah.
in 19 East. Tapos
Right.
kami parang, okay, as in, literally, ang aga namin dun sa 19 East, we literally opened the
No, no,
bar.
I remember that. No, okay, so like I remember like going inside 19 East because like we were with the crew and then we knew we were late. You know what I mean? So we are kind of just like, oh, like we have to like
Yeah.
set up, we have to do it. And then we were contacting the people inside. They said that they weren't there yet, so we were like, oh no. And then when we get there, you guys were just sitting down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad.
Nag-bonding lang kami. Yun siguro, that was one fun memory, like meeting you guys and actually like interacting. And sino pangalan ng host ng show nung anime show? Sobrang kulit. Si Harold ba yun? Sobrang
Harold
kulit
was
niya.
the
Yeah,
host.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. It was so funny. Just like talking to him on and off stage na alam mo stress na stress siya. Pero pag sampa niya ng stage, okay guys, next artist na po, ganyan,
Yeah, yeah,
ganyan.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I think that's one of my favorite memories. Like, being able to interact and see. Tapos yung pa-teaser pa nung minsan nun.
Oh yeah,
Wink,
that's
wink,
right.
nudge, nudge.
That's right. And then we didn't end up using that footage at all. Did you know that?
I think because like wala ata ako, I didn't see it. Like, I didn't see it online. So, I think you guys didn't use it.
No, because like that's so earlier when you were talking about music videos, I relate to that so much because this is prior to being with Sony, right? So this was like when we were like super indie days and did everything on our own,
Mm.
just strapped up. Like, you know what I mean? Like we had our band fund, then we had everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah,
like
yeah.
we had a budget, all that stuff, right? So like we were planning the music video. So we shot it. We shot it all. And then after that, we were kind of just like, it doesn't really capture everything right away. And like a lot of it was
Mhm.
like our constraints, right? It was like the budget and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
so we shot it, and then I think after like we signed with Sony, they were like, "You guys want to do it again?" And then like, here's how much like we're gonna give you, and we're like, "Okay, sure."
Hindi ko alam kung manghihinayang kayo kasi parang nagawa ko na yung music video. But look at that budget though. Parang ganun.
Like, don't get me wrong, like the crew did what they could, like the directors like they
Yeah,
did what
yeah,
they
yeah,
could.
yeah. Gets
But
naman, gets
like
naman.
when we saw that, and there's like a few months after, like a month after, I believe, or 2 months after, and then we were like, yep, I like that.
I like that version better. Yeah, let's do that instead.
like that money, that's great. Like let's go for that one. When it comes to you, do you often find yourself struggling with working on a budget?
Yeah. It's one of the biggest constraints. In terms of shooting, I guess for the production side, like
Yeah.
my production house. So we started in college and it was just a random, hey guys, you wanna shoot a debut with an SDE? And it was our first
Oh, I
gig.
see, I see, I see.
And we were like, okay, sige, kahit wala pa tayong alam sa SDE, sige, rock lang,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
ganyan. And
yeah.
then after that, we were like, okay, we can shoot events, but let's not do SDEs.
Oh
And
my
then,
God.
yun nga, the Sun manager, si April, the Sun manager, she opened up opportunities for us in shooting music video because initially she asked me, um, if I wanna take photos of her album Inlay, her second album or first album rather, Worth. So I said, yeah, like let's see where this goes. She gave me a budget, and then the typical sagot naman transpo lodging
Yeah,
because we shot it in Zambales.
yeah.
And then after, I think the night of the shoot, like after we were just chilling and enjoying the beach, and she asked me like, may kilala ka ba na pwede mag-shoot ng music video? And I was like, oh, I have a team.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's gonna be our first gig, ganyan ganyan. It's just like, okay. So after that, when we started working with other artists too for music videos, it really varies. So may
Mm,
times na very limited yung budget. Sasabihin
right.
talaga sa amin na this is the amount of money that we have, and on our end, of course, we have to manage it. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
getting paid, the team getting paid properly,
Yeah, yeah.
the rentals. So it varies, and it also depends on the client, I guess,
For
because
sure.
we've had clients that have. We had one music video. It was with the Ringmaster. He literally gave us, eto budget, eto yung gusto kong gawin nyo, kayo na bahala.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
concept was all on us.
Oh,
Like we
interesting.
had a
Okay.
lot of brainstorm meetings, and then we also had a client, the one last year. Parang we already have the concept, we already have the location, we just need someone to execute and
Mm.
push our vision.
Yeah.
So it really varies. So yun, adjustments talaga na how are we as a team being able to have that creative integrity when we shoot,
Yeah.
but also being able to cater to what the client wants.
Yeah.
Yun yung balance that we try to find
For
when
sure.
working on a limited budget.